What are you, deaf? Don't try that Halloween shit with me.
You think it's over now? You're wrong.
All aboard the night train.
It's over, Prime.
This is the siege.
I'm a man of my word.
Hey. Yeah. Dead or alive, consider this home. No killing the vibe in the night watch zone. Xenomorphs hype when the lights come on. Hit like and subscribe and the show might blow. Go viral, no COVID. It's a spiral emotions. Hand on the Bible. Only go sign and the dopest your vitals. Better tune in, yeah, you know it's vital. From Schwarzenegger to Kane Hodder. Corey G down to Harry Potter. Shit, Sigourney Weaver love the night watch zone. Come with me to the night watch zone.
Well, there are two things a man should never run from, even if they cost him his life.
Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a good evening, night, day, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be for you guys. But here we are, ready to rock and roll, continuing our conversation that we had yesterday, which was really, really fun, talking about the history of final girls and throughout the years, so many great ones and what their place is in history and so forth. And it was a really, really fun conversation concerning that. And so many people were like, well, let's finish it. Let's finish it. Because I had a list. Guys. It wasn't in any particular order, and it was just a random list. But as you guys know, there's so many great final girls, and you guys in the chat were giving some great suggestions and also giving credit to so many that are underrated. So real quick, let's see who we have in the chat. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. What's happening, everyone? We're talking final girls, bro. And who knows, man, we might even do some ranking, because when we first started talking about this, it was just so many, man. And I was like, man, could we even rank them? What's up, Melissa? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Anthony's in the chat. What's up, Anthony? Hope you're doing well. Julie, what is up, Julie? Good to see you. Chuck in the chat. We've got Eloy in the chat. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If I didn't, let me know. And welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you in the live chat before. And if you've been here before, welcome back. And by the way, guys, if you have not hit the like button, please do. It helps to support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also helps to get the stream out to some other folks that it could be new to the community. What's up, Danielle? Good to see you as well. Paula, all right. Final girls can be a whole series. There are so many and different types. It's true. Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think that's what I find interesting about it. That there's just so many, there's been so many throughout the years. And what I'm going to do, and I know some of you guys may not have been here when we did our first part of this discussion, so I'll just kind of briefly let you guys know who we've talked about uh, already, because I was only halfway, maybe 40% through my list, and then time just caught up with us. So, Eloy saying, I dig this intro. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very, very cool. Gina, Russell, what's up? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Polar is in the chat. What is up, Polar? All right. Hope you're doing well. Awesome to see you. Saying, hey, everyone. Yay, something to listen to while working. There you go. There you go. I think you'll enjoy this one. Eloy saying, Tina from Friday the 13th, New Blood always comes to mind. Now, that was, I think, where we left off, I think, was with Tina. Tina is one of my favorite final girls. Friday the 13th, my favorite franchise. Just everything about the franchise is just amazing. And Tina, Friday the 13th, Part 7, so underrated. It's getting a lot more love in the last, whatever it's been, several years, decade or so. And Tina taking her rightful place as one of the best final girls ever. So much love to Lar. She's awesome. She's awesome. Let's see. We got Denisha. Good to see you. All right. All right. Gina saying, I've got a final girl. Strangers Pray at Night. Yes. You just watched both the other night. Yes. Yes. Oh, you didn't see it when we did it? Wow. Yeah, we did. Well, we just did Pray at Night for Slasher Movie Club. It's been maybe about a month ago. But yeah, I agree. Good choice. Good choice. Okay, I did pronounce it right. Well, welcome back. Good to see you. Glad that you've come back. Very, very cool. And Anthony, yes, you do need to see Pray at Night. We did a stream on it, like I just said, about a month ago, just kind of discussing it, the ins and outs. It was an enjoyable sequel. It really was. It really, really was. What is up, Eric? Eric's in the house. Good to see you. Stopping by for a bit due to seeing my girl Jenny in the thumbnail. All right. Eric. You know how I feel about Jenny. Good to see you, man. Gina has a channel member anniversary. All right. 7 months, Gina. That is so, so cool. And let me just say, Gina, much appreciated. All the support, being in our streams so often, but also leaving comments all the time, and especially on our older stuff, man. We've got almost 1,000 videos on this channel, and Gina, my goodness, has left comments on so many of them. So thank you so much, Gina. We really do appreciate all the support that you give to us, and also this community. I'm saying you're almost going to be at 8 months soon, man. Almost, and then next thing you know, it'll be a year. Yes, 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 yes. Danielle, Ripley definitely can count as a final girl. Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. And I love Sigourney Weaver. You guys know, I mean, look, like I said, I think I said it in our first part of this discussion. We name dropped Sigourney Weaver in the intro. So that should tell you something. It should tell you something. We absolutely love Sigourney Weaver. And Ripley is just amazing as a character, you know. Oh, you're welcome, Eloy. Glad to have you. Very, very glad to have you. Eric saying underrated final girl is Kirsty from Hellraiser. All right. Who knows? We might see her. We might see her. Let me pull up the list and then we can kind of discuss that a little bit too. So far, we've talked about, of course, Sidney Prescott had to do that. Just an OG, right? I mean, when you talk about final girls, there's a lot of different criteria. I want you guys in the chat to tell me what is your criteria for being one of the best final girls. To me, Sydney's got to be in that conversation, in my opinion. The longevity, the character arc, just the weight that she's had in the horror genre. Scream, obviously, as a franchise, has had so much weight in the horror genre, and we've talked about that so often here, so often. But there's a reason for that. So we've talked about Sydney, we've talked about Aaron from Your Next, super, super underrated movie. We've talked about that on Slasher Movie Club, so definitely check out that episode if you get a chance. But Aaron, amazing And in our Battle World series, we also had Erin and talked a bit about her as well. But Sharni Vinson did such a wonderful job in this role. And then, of course, we've got Jess from Black Christmas. And I know some of you guys are OG fans of Black Christmas. We will be doing a watch party tonight as we go into our finale for Slay Fest of Silent Night, Deadly Night on our good friend Steven's channel, Craving Something Scary. And then tomorrow night, the final, final stream for Slay Fest will be back here on the Night Watch Zone, and we will be watching Black Christmas from 1974. And Jess, played by the legendary Olivia Hussey, is a fantastic final girl. If you don't know much about Jess as a final girl, you guys have to catch up, in my opinion. Unstable, what's up? What's up? And I'm going to try to make sure I get to as many comments as I can, guys. You know how it is when we have a lot of folks in the chat, but it's awesome. You guys are having great conversations. But if you choose to do a super chat, you will definitely go to the front of the line. I'll make sure to get to your comment and or your question and make sure to answer it. And of course, it helps out the channel, and we'd really, really appreciate any support that we could get. Unstable saying, Alice from A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, one of my favorites. I'd like to see her come back in another Nightmare movie if it ever gets made. I agree, man. Absolutely love Lisa Wilcox in that role. We had the pleasure of interviewing her, and man, what a moment. I mean, literally talking to one of my horror heroes growing up, watching those movies, and then being able to talk with her, asking her questions. She was a fantastic person to speak with. She's a delight. Met her in person at a con some months ago. Got to hug her. I got to hug Lisa Wilcox, guys. Come on. What a world. This is crazy. But yeah, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Let's see. Gina said, I watched the Meg 2 last week. All right, Gina. Woo. I haven't even seen the Meg 2 yet, but I did enjoy the first one. I'm a Jason Statham fan. So Val, what's going on, Val? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're weighing in on all these final girls. I'm just kind of doing a quick recap of some of the, actually all of the final girls we talked about last night. And we're going to finish our conversation on our list. So definitely let me know what you guys use for criteria for the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Mello, what's up? Good to see you. Yes. Eloy saying Sydney only because she grew into a badass. She definitely grew into a badass. I'm telling you, she just, wow. I mean, Nev's performances, if you think about Nev's performances in all 5 Screen movies, but especially those first 4, man, what an arc. You know what I'm saying? Like being a victim in the first film and then overcoming adversity in the second film, dealing with the PTSD, and then finding a way in the third film, trying to help others and really kind of taking those steps to being such a badass. And in 4, the wise mentor to Jill, and geez, just some great stuff, man. Just some great stuff, no doubt. Jamie, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Peyton's in the chat. What's up, Peyton? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Very, very cool to have you here. Let's see. Who else do we have? Yes. I agree, Eloy. She definitely had a great character arc. No doubt at all. Oh my gosh. No doubt at all. Sydney is just one of the best. Let's see. Chuck saying, Chris. Yes. And I believe she was in our list yesterday. Fantastic Dana Kimmel. Friday 13th Part 3. You guys know how much I love that film growing up. No doubt. Chris was amazing. One of the best finales, not only in the Friday franchise, but in my opinion, in horror. I mean, that was just a great showdown. And she really showed bravery and just, she was crafty. I mean, she took the fight to Jason. I mean, come on, guys. That's awesome stuff. Danielle saying there is final girl via luck and or chance. Then there's final girls via being a badass. Ripley and Sarah Connor. That's a good point. That's a good point. Here's a question about that though. Does that make one of those groups better than the other? We've had that conversation even on Battle World when we've had the final girls, versus each other. And, sometimes a good example of that is when we did our battle of Your Next versus Ready or Not, because you had two different types of final girls, just like you're talking about. You have a final girl that became a badass in Grace. And then, of course, with Erin, she was trained. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, they're both awesome. They're just two different types. Mello saying the way I think about the best final girls' impact on the genre and how good their story arc is. All right. I can agree with that. I can absolutely agree with that. Denisha, thank you so much, saying hit the like button, y'all. Absolutely. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Helps us out. Denisha, if you could keep track of the likes for me, that would be awesome. Also, if you are not a channel member, and if you'd like to help support the channel, help support what we do here, help us to do more streams like this as we do every single week, it really helps to keep the lights on. But you just hit the join button next to the subscribe button, and you can be a channel member. All right. Wow, Russell. Well, I guess you have a choice. No comment. No comment. I know a lot of people do stream at the same time nowadays, but yeah, I'll just stop there. Jamie saying, does Samantha Charlie Kane from The Long Kiss Goodnight count as a final girl because she rocks? Also, that's a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie, Jamie. I totally agree, and I would say, yeah, I would count her as a final girl. I love Gina Davis. Okay, and that movie is super underrated. Super underrated. No doubt. No doubt at all. Brandon saying I was catching up on the last stream night. Did you discuss Nancy? Not yet. Not yet, but you know that we will, bro. Just one of the best of all time, no doubt about that. Speaking of Nancy, Elm Street's Last Brat is come in. What's going on? All right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Danielle is saying the best is the ones who start off as a victim and become a badass. Well, I definitely think that's more of the traditional example or prototype of a final girl. And there is something to be said about that journey. You know what I mean? Because it's just cool to see them become what they become, right? But for those final girls, like an Aaron in Your Next, I don't have a problem with them already having some skill, you know? I mean, as long as they're not portrayed as like a superhero, right? You know? But yeah, it's interesting. And I think that for horror, they've played around with that roadmap, which is good. You got to do that. You have to do that. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Do, 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 do. Brandon, Nancy's my favorite. Yeah, she is. She's awesome. She's awesome. Eloy saying, I'm working, but I'll be listening and in chat off and on. Okay, very, very cool. Now let's see, who else did we talk about last night? We also talked about Winnie, one of our newer final girls from It's a Wonderful Knife, and I think that she was a really cool character. We spoke about her for a little bit, it's cool to see. We've got some of these newer horror films that are definitely still giving us great final girl characters, and it's awesome to see. And of course, we talked about one of the queens. There's no doubt. Okay, for me, there's no doubt she's on the Mount Rushmore for me. Laurie Strode, just a fantastic character over all of these decades, played by the great Jamie Lee Curtis. So look, what else can be said? We had to have her on the list. And like I said, we talked about Chris. We talked about Jamie Lloyd from Halloween, the great Danielle Harris, representing the children. I mean, look, to me, those movies with her could have easily gone south, and she just did a hell of a job portraying this character, and especially in 4, like, wow, just amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. We had Rachel from The Ring. Rachel from The Ring, which I think fantastic movie, and I think Naomi Watts was just so good in the role. Love the fact that she had to figure things out. You know, she was the detective, and it was all about trying to save her son, man. It was just really good stuff. Nancy is top 3. Agreed. No doubt. Jamie's coming in with Mary Elizabeth Winstead in The Thing prequel. Love how tough she is. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is definitely a scream queen, one of my favorites in horror. I can't wait for the next horror film that she's in. She's just been amazing. She was great in Cloverfield Lane. She was great in Final Destination 3 specifically. And yeah, good call, Jamie. Good call. And there she is, Tina herself from Friday 7. And I believe this is where we left off. Again, Lara's just amazing. I'll tell you what, guys, growing up watching this movie, wow. She's just awesome. Doesn't get enough love. What's up, Kay? Good to see you. We got Peter in the chat. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. See, I'm biased to Lar having made Roseblood. Right? Oh man, so true, man. And look, and she's just amazing. I mean, obviously, you could speak a hell of a lot more about that than anyone else. But yeah, man, she's just absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm glad that you were able to do that and kind of bring her back into the light, because I don't think that she gets enough credit at all, man. At all. Good to have you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Val says Lori, Tina, Nancy, and Sid. There you go. That's a Mount Rushmore, isn't it? That is so cool. Yeah. That's right, Julie. Mary Elizabeth in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Amazing movie. Her performance was great. It was great. Oh my goodness. So cool. Kay's talking about Heather Langenkamp. Amazing stuff. Throwing up the emojis. Love it. Paula saying, I'm sitting in a restaurant right now, but will be turning up the volume in my desktop computer when I get home. That is awesome, Paula. Thank you so much. That's right, Val. You know we got to talk about Jamie. She's a great final girl. And like I said, representing the young actors and actresses, you know. Love it. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Russell saying the final girl in the French extreme film Frontiers. Wow, now I haven't seen that one. I might have to check that out. Very cool. Val, Tina's a badass final girl. Kick Jason's ass just using her mind. Right. Oh God. Peter saying thank you. I agree. Hope you are too. Yeah, absolutely. Hope that you're well. I'm glad that you're here with us, hanging out as we head into the holidays, guys. You know, I usually don't stream at this time of evening, but schedules have been switched around a little bit. Still dealing with the outcome of the storms and power outages and all that type of stuff. So it's been a rough several days, guys. I'm just not going to be lying to you. Just being transparent, but these streams have been fun to do, connecting with everyone here in the community, having a chance to hang out. So yeah. Brandon saying, can children whom survive killings be final girls? Would Becky from Becky be considered one? I would say yeah. What do you guys think? And what do you think, Brian? Yeah, absolutely. Does Ryan Reynolds count? No. Danielle. Lord. A final guy though, right? Foreign Horror, what's up? Saying, hey, Night, happy holidays. What's going on? Good to see you. Hope that your holidays will be good as well. All right. Melissa's saying the best final girl in horror rated number one is Laurie Strode. That does not surprise me one bit. No, it doesn't surprise me as one bit. And it's not it's not a bad number one. I absolutely love Laurie Strode. You guys know that. I've talked about Laurie Strode and Halloween ad nauseum. Speaking of which, I dropped a Halloween video earlier, so you guys definitely check it out. That would be much appreciated. Um, the thing about Halloween as a franchise, not just Laurie Strode alone, but the franchise is just so interesting, and there's just so many things that you can kind of do deep dives about, which you guys know I love to do. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. But yeah, Lori's a queen. Anthony saying thanks for hanging in there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, it's been a long several days. A lot of situations going on with without having power. Can you imagine that? So anyways, but we try to push on. We just push on. Jamie, I beg to differ. That's all right. That's all right. You guys, too funny. But yeah, you guys knew we had to talk about Nancy. Nancy is amazing, man. We even talked about Nancy quite a bit last night on Battle World. If you guys didn't check it out, man, whoo, that it might have been the spiciest Battle World yet. It was a lot of fun. We had the title on the line. Dream Warriors versus 2018. It was fun. It was so much fun. The interaction with the live chat was so much fun. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and better watch out. And we just had that watch party 2 weeks ago on Craven's channel. What a great movie, right? I mean, I had watched the movie several times before that. It was a first watch for a lot of people that were with us for the watch party. But yeah, Ashley, she was great. She was great. That movie was so good. And this is how I know that I really enjoy a movie. That movie was so good. I really, really wish they could do like a sequel. Like it was just so good. Some great twists and turns, great moments, amazing gore. We had some seriously amazing reactions, bro. It was crazy. Oh my gosh. Hollywood guy, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. And Elm Street saying it was intense. You mean last night on Battle World? Bro, we were all over the place, man. It was crazy. And it was down the wire, right? And we really enjoy it when it's like that, man. Seriously, because it just shows that when you have two movies that really, really are great, and they go head to head, and the audience being divided, man, yeah, heck yeah, man, it was great. Don't give it away, Danielle. There's people that haven't seen it. Come on, man. But no, seriously, it was close. It was close. No doubt at all. It wasn't rigged. Come on, man. And here's the thing. Though, with that matchup, and we talked about it right in the beginning, which I didn't know at first. And of course, our good friend Eric, so good with the stats. But that was a grudge match, man, because Michael and Freddie, they faced each other multiple times and had victories against each other. So it was like really, really amazing to have them go against each other again. And it was down to the wire, man. It was down to the wire. Loved it. Loved it. Let's see. Jamie saying, I can't sleep like a normal person. Fell out of bed last night and got jacked up my leg. What? Oh no. I hope you're all right. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Jamie. Hollywood guy saying, I guess my final girl would be Nev. Nev is not a bad choice at all. She's one of the best. No doubt, man. No doubt. But with Nancy, here's the thing about Nancy. when I first saw A Nightmare on Elm Street as a kid, first of all, it just totally captivated me. I mean, this movie, ah, dude, this movie is just amazing, right? So many great things about it. Um, and obviously the franchise, and even with Heather's performance and being a part of the franchise in two other films, right? But she's definitely a prototype. I mean, she starts off and you don't even know that she's going to be the final girl. That's how um, innocent she was, and unassuming. And I thought that that was really, really cool. And she takes the fight to Freddy. She takes the fight to Freddy. She could have easily kind of just sat back and just, rested on, her laurels or her fear. But she went right at Freddy. And I think her and Robert, they have such great chemistry with each other. You know what I mean? And anyways, Nancy is definitely on that Mount Rushmore. And I know the other night we talked about Mount Rushmores. I think Val, you gave yours. You guys give us your Mount Rushmore of the final girls that you think are the top of the top and why. Tell us why. It's an interesting conversation, man, because there's so many. Eloy saying Freddy versus Jason is the best versus movie, in my opinion. Well, I'm going to tell you what, and we've talked about Freddy versus Jason quite a few times. It's a fantastic movie. They got it together. It took so long. It was years in the making. I remember growing up. I mean, we were talking about Freddy versus Jason like in 1985. 86, and what they came up with was probably about as good as you're going to get, marrying those two franchises together, those mythologies, which is so difficult. Like, how do you make that even work? Right. And they found a way to do it. They found a way to put them together. But I will say this, and we talked about this in our streams about it, our review within the Friday the 13th franchise. Here's the thing. I think it was definitely a better representation of Freddy than it was of Jason. And that's just my opinion, and of course, and I'm not just talking about the fact that I wish that Kane was Jason, because that goes without saying. It's a lot of stuff involved in that, the background of it and so forth. But yeah, it's a great versus movie. It really is. Jamie saying, I'm fine, just bruised up a bit. I haven't fallen out of bed since I was a teen, though. That was weird. Must have been having some kind of wild dream. Maybe it was Freddy. Maybe, maybe it was. Gosh, but I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're okay. I can't even tell you. I don't even know when I've fallen out of bed. I was probably a kid, but I'm sure that probably shocked the hell out of you. But I'm glad that you're okay. Seriously, that's really, really some freaky stuff. But yeah, Jamie, let us know your Mount Rushmore of final girls. Yeah. Eloy saying, how about Sarah from Halloween Resurrection? Look, let me tell you something. And again, if you guys have been around, you know that we've spoken so much about Halloween, so much. In Resurrection, I have a lot of issues with, but I will say this, and I think I said it on a live stream. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that was just in my head. But being that we did Halloween Fest 2, we went through the whole franchise, and we did that watch party for Resurrection. That was such a fun watch party, partly because we were just having fun with the movie. That being said, there's missed opportunities in it. There's some good stuff in it. I appreciate them trying to do something different, but definitely some missed opportunities. Sarah as a final girl in the franchise, I wouldn't say that she's the worst. I'm just thinking right now. But yeah, some missed opportunities. Eloy, let me know what your thoughts are on Sarah from Resurrection, and whether or not you think that she's a good or great final girl or not. You guys in the chat too. What do you guys think of Sarah from Resurrection? Polar saying, do you all consider Juno from The Descent a final girl? I love watching her fight. Yeah, we were talking about that last night too, Polar, and I'm pretty sure we'll have some representation from The Descent here through my list. I think you could consider Juno a final girl, a very complex character, right? But she was great. She was absolutely great. I feel like Kevin McAllister learned some things from Nancy's traps. I like that. I like that. Anthony, now this is a great question. So let's talk about this for a bit. If the final girl dies in the sequel, is she still a final girl? I say yes. I say yes. So you're talking about, like, let's say Nancy, right? Because she died in Dream Warriors, which, by the way, last night when we were doing Battle World, that was a huge misstep as far as how she died, in my opinion. We talked about that quite a bit. You guys, let us know what you think. But yeah, there's no reason for her to have died the way she did. It was kind of, just thinking about it gets me irritated. But anyways, yeah, Nancy's a good example of that, because she survived in the original but died in 3. But she's still a final girl. She's got to be. She's got to be. So technically Juno then. Yes, I would say so. I would say so. No doubt. Kevin's in the chat. What's up? What's up? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Gina saying, I actually love Jason X. Jason X is fun, man. Jason X is fun. Anthony is going with Ripley, Laurie, Nancy, Sarah Connor. All right. There you go. There you go. Eloy saying, I think she was decent, but yeah, I agree with you about so many missed opportunities. Yeah, I mean, I think, look, I put it this way. I was with her through most of the movie, but there were times when it just felt like she wasn't given enough to be strong enough as a final girl, right? And of course, part of that is because they had, Freddie, Busta Rhymes, having, the heroic angle at the end, which was ridiculous, how he kicked Michael's ass and all that. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So she was kind of put to the side a little bit, the way that the script was written. But yeah, she still couldn't overcome that. Whereas, here's a good example to give you as a parallel. Whereas Megan from Friday the 13th Part 6, right? I think Megan is still a great final girl, even though Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, is Tommy's movie. So the final guy, right? Tommy is front and center in Jason Lives. But Megan had a lot of great scenes, very strong. She even saved Tommy. So that's how you can have a secondary character still be a strong final girl. That's a great example. Whereas with Resurrection, I don't think that they gave Sarah enough to do to be a strong final girl. They definitely allowed Busta Rhymes to, just ham it up and take a lot of that spotlight, be it good or bad. Let's see. That's a good point. It's a good point. Gina saying, I love Resurrection, but Sarah was crap. There you go. Jamie says, my Rushmore of final girls, Cherry Darling. That's right. From Planet Terra, Sydney, Laurie, and Jenny. Like I said before, Jamie, that is a really cool out of the box with Planet Terra. I like that. I truly do like that. Very, very cool. Kevin saying, underrated final girl. No doubt. No doubt at all. Jason, what's going on? Hope you are well. Thank you so much for stopping through. Anthony saying they did Nancy dirty. They did. They really did. No doubt. No doubt at all. Brandon's coming in with his Mount Rushmore, saying my Mount Rushmore of icons changes all the time, but off the top of my head, it would be Nancy, Jenny, Helen Lyle, and Sarah from House on Haunted Hill. There you go. I like that. That's out of the box. And of course, Helen from Candyman. I like that choice. I think that Virginia, and we've talked about it obviously here, but I think Virginia was awesome in that film. And again, I love those types of movies where you have the final girl that is put into a situation and they have to figure things out. They have to, investigate, put the clues together. And Helen was a great example of that. You guys, let me know what you think in the chat. What about Helen Lyle from Candyman, played by the magnificent Virginia Madsen? Let us know what you think. Danielle is saying Mindy from Scream 5 and 6, Bring the Hate. No, I mean, Mindy definitely survived. There's no doubt. I enjoyed Mindy more in 5 than I did in 6. And there's no doubt that in 6, she should have been killed. I mean, in that scenario so that was a script issue. That's not a Mindy thing. And I really do enjoy Jasmine as an actress. But let's just be real, guys. When you look at Scream 6, and you guys know I had a lot of fun with Scream 6, enjoyed it. But we had so many survivors. We had the most Ghostface killers ever. We had the most survivors ever. These Ghostface killers were so bad that you can't even kill someone when you're double teaming them. It's just bad, and even Guy and James, they were in interviews and stuff like that, and they even said, yeah, we really pushed the boundaries of reality with Chad surviving. And they actually cut out some of the stabs. He was going to be stabbed even more and survive. It's like, what are you guys thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? But yeah, Mindy definitely is a final girl, no doubt. Elm Street saying Helen without a doubt. Yeah, I think Helen is a great example. I really, really put it this way. Again, this is another example. I was so invested in her character, so invested in Virginia's performance that I wanted to see her again so badly. She was just such a cool character. But I guess you guys let me know what you think. I guess that's a good thing. It's like when you watch a movie and you have a character, in this example being a final girl, and you want to see them again so badly because you enjoyed the arc, the story, the performance, and you don't see them again. So in other words, they leave you wanting more versus possibly putting them in other sequels where their arcs maybe aren't so good and they lose their luster. Let me know what you guys think. Which would you rather have? Because that is something that we see in horror quite a bit. Some final girls that were one and done for whatever reason, whether you talk about Jess, technically Sally Hardesty, because the new TCM is like, what were they thinking with that character? It's ridiculous. Helen, obviously, Grace from Ready or Not. So yeah, cool stuff. So let's move on. Look at this. We've got Alice. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. You guys got to remember, and I did a poll that had Nightmare 4 involved with it, and someone said something that was really interesting in the comment section. So if you're watching, this is definitely a shout out to you. Talked about how Nightmare 4, people kind of forget about just how popular it was. I mean, it was the highest grossing slasher at the time. This was peak Nightmare. This is basically when New Line Cinema started to just write a bunch of checks because they knew they had the money to do it, right? They were styling and profiling because Freddy was at its peak, right? But Alice as a character, Lisa Wilcox with her performance, was front and center. And it's interesting because in Nightmare 4, killing off the Dream Warriors was definitely controversial, and I still don't like that decision, or at least the way they did it. Let me put it to you that way. I think that they definitely there should have been a better way that they, killed off the Dream Warriors. It seemed like it was just way too easy. Now, granted, they said, they made it seem as though Freddy was more powerful. But anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. All that being said, I did enjoy the new cast, and I definitely enjoyed Alice as a character, and I think that she was just so cool. And seeing her arc between 4 and 5, man, it's just good stuff. It's really good stuff. So I love Alice as a character. I love Lisa Wilcox, and again, she's just a fantastic scream queen. Gina saying, "Don't talk to me about Mindy." Okay, I hear you. There's a lot of frustration with Mindy. Anthony, yeah, I agree. Love Mindy. Wish they gave her more to do. I absolutely agree. It's too bad that they didn't. Kevin saying, "I'm thinking since trilogies are about going back to the original and finding out something that's a bit different, got a feeling the plan may have been to have Chad and Mindy be involved." I've talked about that so many times in videos and live streams. I definitely think that might have been the plan for Scream 7. Unfortunately, we're not going to find out in the movie. I'm sure one day that'll all come out, to some degree anyways. But yeah, it's frustrating because I really wanted to see what they were going to do. I was really curious how they were going to wrap up, this third movie, technically being a trilogy, I would assume. We'll never get a chance to see that, guys. I was just talking about it last night when we were talking about Nev on this list. We're never going to get to see that. I wanted to see Sydney with the core 4 and kind of, circle it back to the beginning or wrap up the whole thing. That would have been so cool. Man. But yeah. Yep. Alice rules, Jamie. Alice does rule. No doubt. Mello saying Alice is definitely slept on. She is. If our good friend Carrie was here tonight, she would be doing cartwheels because Alice is definitely one of her favorites ever. Brandon saying, "Night, should they stop with the Legacy sequels, Night?" No, I don't think so. Nope. Because if they did that, we wouldn't have gotten the Halloween trilogy, which you guys know I'm a big fan of what they were able to do, and especially now having James Jude Courtney as a horror icon, a great performance as Michael, and so many great moments. So I don't think they should stop with them. I do think that they should show them the respect they deserve. That was one of the things that was so frustrating for me with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is that there were some great things in it. Overall, I didn't hate it. I had some fun with it, but I think they did a horrible job with Sally's character. Like, there was no reason to even bring Sally Hardesty back, considering what they did with her. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's crazy, but I don't think they should stop. I think that we should just have what we have. If they decide there's a way to bring back a franchise and some characters, as long as it's executed well, that's the big thing for me. Yeah. Danielle saying, that was a good question, Brandon. Thank you for that. Danielle said Mindy was cocky yet funny and was okay that she was wrong in her assumptions. There you go. Elm Street saying Alice resonated with me the most. I love that character. I love her too, man. Seriously, she's just, like I said, when I met Lisa in person at the convention, it was just like, what? I mean, seriously, it was just crazy, talking to her. She was so kind. We spent a lot of time with her. Like, she didn't have to do that. We spent like 20 minutes talking to her, and it was so cool because at the con, and we were live at the con, if you guys didn't check it out, it was fun. But because we had so much time to talk to her, because she was just being so gracious and she was just hanging out with us. And I said to her, we'd love to have you come on the channel and do an interview. And she accepted right then and there. And, at the time you're thinking, okay, can we really make this thing happen? And we did. It was just great. So she's really, really nice lady. And yeah, very cool stuff. Anthony saying, I always forget about Alice, right? See, that's what I'm saying, man. People can forget a lot of these final girls, especially the ones from back in the day. There are so many, so I understand that. But that's why I love doing, content on them, like I do, and that's why I'm really happy to be doing these streams on them, and that you guys are enjoying them, because I enjoy talking about them. So many great performances, especially from the old school final girls. I mean, they were the foundation, right? They were the foundation. So yeah. Let's see. Brandon, this is a good point. I wish Nancy and Alice could have had a movie together, right? Yeah, I agree, man. Can you imagine the trajectory of the Nightmare series if they didn't kill Nancy in 3, and if the Dream Warriors, maybe if they handled them differently in 4, right? I mean, it's just crazy to think about that. Tell me what you guys think about that. I mean, how would that have changed the Nightmare series? Would it have been for the better or for the worse? Personally speaking, they shouldn't have killed Nancy in 3, in my opinion. You know, I really don't think they should have let her walk off into the sunset. And then you could always bring her back. Now, granted, they brought Heather back for New Nightmare, but they had to figure a way to make that work. And it did work for what it was. But yeah, Nancy Thompson, as a final girl, she would not have fallen for that trick from Freddy. No, no, no. Kevin saying, honestly, the Dream Warriors had help from Neil and Nancy. Oh, absolutely. No doubt. It was a team effort. Definitely a team effort. And I think that was the strength of that movie. It was really like this team effort. Neil helping out, Nancy guiding them, and so forth. That's what made that movie so much fun, in my opinion. Polar, I never watched 4 because I love the 3 cast too much. Done dirty. Wow, I never knew that, Polar. So, but you have seen 4. Wow. I can't say I disagree with you. I understand, seriously. But for me, and you guys, if you've been around long enough, we had our huge series rundown of the Nightmare movies. So we did talk extensively about each one. And when we got to 4, the thing that I really enjoyed about 4 so much, other than the fact of having frustration about the Dream Warriors done dirty, but 4 had some really awesome nightmare sequences. And I did enjoy the new cast, and especially Alice. Like Lisa Wilcox herself saved that movie for me personally in a big way, because I was really invested in her character. So when Kristen kind of, hands the baton to Alice, it could have crapped the bed right there. But fortunately, Lisa was just so good in the role that I was invested all the way through. And now looking back, I mean, she definitely has her spot as one of the top final girls. She has to. She beat Freddy twice. She beat Freddy twice. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. Danielle saying they can't do Scream 6.5 with a Stu-centric movie showing how he was involved. Give time to bring back Melissa. Ooh. Well, let me tell you what, Danielle. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Melissa, at least right now, I think, and I totally understand, I just think Melissa's not coming back. And look, like I said, and I've said it many times recently since all this has broken out, Scream is on life support. It's truly in shambles as far as what they're going to do with 7. It's most likely going to be some type of reboot, right? I mean, what else can they do? It's crazy. It's so messed up, man, because like I said, I've had issues with 6. There was missteps in 6, but there was a lot of great things in it too. And I was just so excited to see what they were going to do to finish this thing out and hopefully finish it strong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Mello saying, even a terrible legacy film is a win because new fans will look for the original to see how much better it is, at least in my opinion. Yeah, that's a good point. But of course I want these legacy films to be good. No doubt about it. Next up on our list, Stretch. Please tell me, you guys in the chat know who Stretch is. please, please, please. Listen, played by the great Caroline Williams from TCM2. And we had a really fun Battle World episode with TCM2. And this was obviously several episodes ago, but it was so much fun. And to talk about Stretch as a character, love her character in that movie. She was a standout, a lot of charm, charisma, great final girl. She has a great character arc, very, very cool. Very, very cool. So you guys let me know what you think about Stretch as one of the final girls, one of the great final girls. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, we talked about that last night. Alice in Resident Evil. Very, very true. My good friend Eric brought up Alice, and yeah, no doubt, you got to give Alice some credit, a lot of credit, to be honest. I mean, if you think about it, with that franchise was around for a long time and a lot of great moments. I'm actually a fan of the Resident Evil movies. I know there are a lot of people that have issues with them, but there was some good stuff in it, man. And Alice as a character, definitely a final girl, no doubt. Let's see. Polar saying, I love Alice. I'm dressing up for her for a con. Really? Oh, that is so cool. Wow. That makes a lot of sense, Polar. That is awesome. I'm sure you will share the pictures. That is awesome. Very, very cool. Danielle coming in saying, I liked the Nightmare reboot. That Freddy was very scary to me. Well, and look, because we've talked about it when we talked about the reboot. I think that Jackie Earle was great. It was a different take on Freddy that they needed, but I think there was a lot of missed opportunities in the movie. Some good points, but a lot of missed opportunities. And I definitely think that they didn't give Nancy enough zip. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like the way they wrote it, and Rooney, the way that she portrayed it, of course, it's a script thing, right? But she just wasn't there wasn't that same charm, right, as a final girl, which really was a bummer because Nancy as a character is just so amazing, right? But yeah, no, definitely the dark tone that they had for Freddy, it was definitely scary. Yeah. Anthony said, I just didn't like how they got rid of the Warriors. I didn't either, man. I didn't either. Yeah, no doubt. Jamie, I know saying, I know who Stretch is. I saw TCM2 in the theater. What a wild ride that was. Man, I would have loved to have seen this in the theater. I bet that was so much fun. Seriously. It's a crazy movie, man. It's a crazy movie. And I know there's a lot of people that, because of the change in tone from the OG, they kind of, scoff. But first of all, Tobe Hooper, rest in peace to Tobe Hooper. Fantastic director. But I think that there was so many good things about this sequel. And it was a wild ride, right? I think that was the fun of it. I'll never forget the first time I saw it. It caught me off guard too, right? Because I was thinking it was going to be more in line with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But to be quite honest, I think it was a bold choice. I think it worked out. There was a lot of great things in it. So I'm a fan of TCM2. I really am. Danielle saying, Melissa, aka Sam, is a fantastic character. Made me look forward to Scream again. Yeah, same here. No doubt. No doubt. Elm Street saying, she wasn't my Nancy. There you go. Yes. Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some moments, right? There were some moments. I love the pharmacy scene. That was, to me, that was the big scene of the film, the most effective. That whole idea of the micro naps, man, I wish they could have really did something more with that, because that was a cool concept. It was a very cool concept in the Nightmare reboot. And that pharmacy scene where Nancy is in and out, of the dreamscape, terrifying, and showing Freddy's, chasing her. coming after her that it's the pharmacy and it's also the dreamscape, and that was just so cool seeing that on film. It was very, very effective, but so many missed opportunities. They could have done so much more. And again, like I said, the way they wrote Nancy, oof, I just it's not that she was horrible as a character, but she definitely wasn't at the level that they had her in the original. You know what I'm saying? As far as how the character was written, I'm not even talking about Heather versus Rooney, right? I'm just talking about the character. That's just my opinion, though. But you guys let me know what you think, because it's been a while since we've talked about the Nightmare reboot here on the channel. Once we, once we went through the whole series and we got to the reboot, we were like, oh, we made it. The reboot has good things in it, but some frustrating things, man. Some real frustrating things in it. Let me know what you guys think about the Nightmare reboot, bro. Like, seriously. Brandon saying, speaking of TCM2, what was that edited cut in the Child's Play remake? Look, man, in Child's Play, obviously, we've had the pleasure of going through so many of the films. We're still only, well, we're 2/3 through it, but I don't know, man. And Child's Play is interesting. Child's Play to me is interesting, like the Hellraiser franchise, kind of like with the roller coaster. Just for me as a fan. But a lot of great stuff, and obviously Brad Dourif is a OG. Jamie saying, I saw that TCM poster and knew right away it was going to be fun. They did a mock-up of the Breakfast Club. That was genius. It was genius. I'll never forget the first time I saw that in a video store. I picked up the video, and it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So I'm like, oh no, because I'd already seen the original. And I looked at the poster, and I was just like, what? You know what I mean? And it definitely caught me off guard, but also caught my attention. Definitely, it was a cool move, a genius move, I think. Danielle saying micronaps would have been great, a great tool for jump scares. I agree, man. They look like, well, Danielle, let me know. I mean, what do you think about the movie in general? I mean, I know you mentioned it, but I just think there was so many missed opportunities. That's why it's such a frustrating film to me, because it could have been pretty good. It could have been really good. But because of those missed opportunities and also the crappy ass CGI, the CGI was pissing me off, man. I was like, how can you mess up these iconic moments that you're recreating, right? That were so much better with practical all the way back in 1984. It's like, what is going on, right? I mean, and the cast, well, look, again, Rooney was written a certain way, okay? But as an actress, I have no problem with her as an actress. Seen her in a lot of great stuff. But, God, man, just thinking about it, it's so frustrating, man. Oh, man, Elm Street knows was up. Micro naps were genius, I agree. Nancy was just too dull in the reboot. And Julie saying even Rooney Mara hated her own character. I know, right? And it's just too bad. It is just too bad. Jamie saying the new Nancy was weak, no charisma. That's what I'm saying. Like, she just didn't pop, right? She just, bro, nope. Julie saying, I enjoyed the remake overall, but it was very bland and kind of lazy. That is well said. I can agree with that. It just was bland. It was lazy. They had opportunities, right? To really listen. You guys know I'm a fan, especially of the big three. Well, when I think of Mount Rushmore, you can add Scream in there. But with Nightmare, the mythology of Nightmare could easily be like the most, because it is so varied. There's so much creativity and room, to move. It's a huge lane, right? So how do you do a reboot or remake and you're doing it the way they did it? So lazy and bland. Like, there was just like I said, the pharmacy scene was for me anyways the best scene. like easily. Like it's not even close. But they could have had some other cool moments. They could have had some other great nightmare sequences, but they didn't. It's like, what is going on, man? When you talk about um Chris's death, versus Tina's death, it's not even close. It's not even close. And to think about the fact that in 84 they did that practically rotating the room, and Amanda Weiss getting sick, and all of that type of stuff. But they put the blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it still looks good to this day. To me, Tina's death from A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984 is still one of the best deaths in horror, not just in the Elm Street series, but just everything in that was just so cool. It was well done, creative, intense. Chef's kiss. Crazy. Hollywood guy saying, does Danielle Harris count as a final girl? Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, for Natty Knox, sort of. Well, I guess you could look at it like that. But Danielle Harris is goated. She's a scream queen. She's goated in my books. She's just, think about this, guys. I mean, just being in horror since she was a kid. I mean, that's crazy. Can you imagine? And she's really cool. And I got the chance to meet Danielle Harris too. It's absolutely crazy, man. She's really, really amazing and kind. But can you imagine if she continues to be in horror, for the long haul? What a career that would be, as far as when you step back and you look at all the all-time greats. Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy, especially if she's able to be in some really good horror at some point, now or in the near future, which I hope she is, man. I really hope that she can be in some good stuff, because she just hasn't had those other big time moments, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it'd be great to see her. Yeah. Danielle saying, love the dark mood and the serious Freddy. It was the cast I didn't care for the remake. Yeah, I can agree with that. Missed opportunities, man. Yeah, missed opportunities. I mean, Kyle Gallner, I enjoyed him, and I think he brings a lot of stuff to the table. They could have done more with his character. I think he did as much as he could do, right? But yeah, the way that they wrote the characters, just crazy. Polar saying, "You're what?" Sounded so much like Tim Allen in Home Improvement. Now I want to watch that. I love Home Improvement. That's funny. Maybe subconsciously I was channeling him when I did that. That's too funny. Oh, you got me with that, Polar. Brandon said, I really liked the look of the Nightmare remake. Very dark, very well grounded, but remake Nancy didn't really have any character outside of she's an artist. Yeah, and they could have played around with that a little bit more, and yeah, she was just so withdrawn in an odd way. And I know, they played it up because that was part of her character. But it just didn't work. It didn't work for me, man. It did not work. And it's too bad. Julie's saying, I like Jackie Earl Haley, but his makeup was odd and a little cat-like. That's right. I wish I had the image. I think Killian said that, yes, the dreams were very uninspired. The recreation scenes, like the bathtub and the Tina Chris death, were lazy. Yeah, exactly. Yep, I was just saying that. The bathtub scene, here's the thing, too. The bathtub scene, I mean, that's an iconic scene, right? Now, for you guys that don't know, and we just talked about our top 10 Wes Craven films of all time on Sunday. So if you have not seen that, which I know some of you haven't, please check that out. Put that on your to watch later. But the Nightmare bathtub scene from 84 was really a recreation of a bathtub scene that Wes did in Deadly Blessing. Okay. And it was a little bit different. I won't give it away, but it's a recreation. The bathtub scene and the OG Nightmare is a recreation scene. Okay. So you technically have 3 versions of this scene, right? The Nightmare reboot was not even near what Deadly Blessing did. Okay, that's how bad it is. And so you guys get what I'm saying. You hope that things get better over time. Wes definitely made the original Nightmare bathtub scene better than Deadly Blessing. There's some different stuff going on, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that scene, how can you mess that up? How can you mess that up? I mean, not that it was horrible in and of itself, but it just definitely wasn't up to the level of the OG. Yeah. The CGI Freddy on the wall. I know. Like, what was that all about, man? It looks so bad. Good Lord. Oh my God. Danielle saying, and I always do my best to name the character, not the actor or actress. My opinion is about the character, not so much the actor, sometimes at least. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with that wall scare either, man. It wasn't even a scare. It was more like an eye roll. It's like crazy, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Jackie's been up to. He was great in so many things. Yep, and he was good in Watchmen. I don't know, but I really love him as a character actor. Now, look, guys, we got to finish going through this list, or we're gonna have a part 3 to this. Of course, we got to talk about Samantha Carpenter. You guys have already mentioned her. Listen, Melissa Barrera was so awesome in Scream 6. I loved her so much. Holy shit. That's why I'm just so devastated that she's not going to be in 7. Oh my God. They did some great stuff with her character. So badass. The way that she approached everything in 6, the chemistry she had, I think, was even better with Tara and with the Meeks twins. She was just amazing. Seriously. What a step up from 5. Not that I hated her in 5, but I just think in 5, first of all, 5 had the issue of balance, right? Because you have the OG3, you're introducing a bunch of new characters, including the core 4, and you just don't have a lot of time for everyone. And I mean, they did give Sam the most time out of the new characters, but again, I just think that she was just so great in 6. And now, yeah, sadness. No doubt. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Jackie Earle Haley, guys. Crazy stuff. Hollywood guy saying Slither has a bathtub scene kind of like in Elm Street. That's true too. That scene is better than the Nightmare remake. So you've got 3 other scenes that did it much better. Yes. Mello saying had to step away for the last 10 minutes. Kiddo had a nightmare. Ooh, well, I hope that everything is okay. But interesting that we were just talking about the Nightmare franchise. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Brandon saying the effect in the original film was made with less money. However, it looks stupendous by comparison. It's a simple yet creative effect. That is so true, man. They did so many great things in the original. They found a way to overcome the budget, and that's what it's all about. I love the creativity of the films from back in the day like that. You know what I'm saying? And it shows. And most times it will stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Danielle saying the OG Nancy was introverted to a degree. Absolutely. But, and I think, yeah, you're just saying it here. I think, I think that she had a great relationship with her friends, and she became such an amazing character as, we followed her in the movie, and that's what was so cool. So cool. She came across as real in her insecurities when interacting with friends and friends of friends. Nancy in the remake wasn't insecure. She was too secure to be realistic, so it came across as fake. There you go. That's right. Sam. She killed it. Melissa, let me ask you guys this. I mean, what do we think will be the possible trajectory for Melissa, as far as her career and projects? I think that, I mean, we still have Scream 5 and 6, right? I know she did, what was the one that she did? Was it Bed Rest? Bed Rest. Which, missed opportunities for sure. But I definitely think I'd love to see her in more horror, and I hope that she gets that opportunity. Because, man, in 6, holy crap. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Danielle saying Sam is the final girl that will become the final Ghostface. It would have been cool to see. It would have been cool to see. Julie saying I was feeling a little burnt out of the core 4 at the end of 6. I think I'll blame the not my favorite third act of the film and also the Chad problem, but I'm upset she's gone now. Yeah. Yep. And you mean the third act, the reveal. You weren't a fan of the reveal. Here's the thing, guys. Well, let's talk about the reveal real quick. I didn't hate the reveal. I didn't hate it. I think that, yes, we're kind of going down that road similar to Scream 2. We knew that was a strong possibility because we speculated about that months and months and months and months before Scream 6 even came out. So I wasn't shocked that it was the family, that was of Richie that was seeking revenge. I do think Dermot was a little too over the top. So that was kind of, it's like, but I didn't hate the third act. I didn't hate it. But let me know what you think, Julie, and let me know what you guys think about the third act of Scream 6. I know there's a lot of people that had issues with it. A lot of people had issues with the reveal, and I can understand that. But I didn't hate it. Jamie saying Sam rules, loved her strength. I'm sad she's not going to be doing another one, but I'm satisfied with her ending. Well, I will say this, and maybe the franchise is lucky in a way because the way they ended 6 could be the ending of her story, right? She threw down the mask and walked off with her sister. So, that could be an ending. It still feels like it's not complete though. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like we could have still had that other movie, just like with Sydney 5. Yeah, that could have been the ending of her story, but it just felt like I wanted it to be more definitive, right? Like if you think about Laurie in Ends, that's the way you end, a character's arc, right? That's the way you walk off the stage. That's the way you do it, in my opinion. And not speaking about all the missed opportunities and ends and all of that stuff, but I'm just saying as a character, that was a great ending for her, Julie saying, and I'm mad that now we are now getting another Plan B film, all thanks to Gary Barber. There you go. There you go. Danielle saying, I think Melissa will be back. She's too awesome and Hollywood loves their money. So you think she will return in the franchise? So just make sure that, let me know if I'm wrong about that, Danielle. And I'm not saying she won't. Because like you said, it's always about the money at the end of the day. But I just don't know, man. I mean, I suppose years from now, it's quite possible. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I do think Melissa, will do some other great things. And I hope she does. I wish her nothing but success. And I was so happy for her in 6 that she had such a strong performance. And I think most people really enjoyed what she did in 6. And I was so happy about that because she was taking a lot of heat in 5, man. And she was taking a lot of heat. Mello saying an alternate timeline idea. Dream Warriors survive part 4, except maybe one person, then die in 5. Alice blames herself because Freddy attaches to her baby's dreams. That would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah, man, like an alternate timeline, they could have had, like you said, the Dream Warriors, they survive part 4, maybe except for one person, and Alice becomes part of the Dream Warriors, right? Maybe they could have, I don't know, there's 1,000 different ways they could have done it, but I just think that the Dream Warriors were so awesome in 3, and they had such great chemistry, right? As characters, as actors, and to have them just done away with in the fashion they were, in the first couple minutes. No, not the first couple minutes, but you know what I mean. Early in a 4, it was just, yeah, that was kind of messed up, man. But sometimes that's how these franchises, they make those choices, you know. Mello also saying then she has to forgive herself and win against Freddy in the final battle of the movie. Yeah, that would be cool. I like that. I like that. Julie saying even if American Hollywood has blacklisted her, which is horrible, I think and hope she will still be huge in other countries. Yeah, I think she will. And I definitely think what a tough situation, man. You know, and like I said, it's sad. Polar saying the third act was a hot mess for me. Laugh out loud. Him running at Sam with the gun. Polar. Oh my God. I just heard you saying that in my head. That is too funny. Look, man, we haven't had an opportunity yet, but look, we gotta play this. Thank you so much for that. That put a smile on my face, Polar. This is for you. There it is. That was a great comment, and I agree. Mello also agreeing, really liked Scream 6 until that third act, and it fell flat. There you go. There you go. Brandon saying, I like how hard Scream 6 went with the kills, with a nod to Psycho 2. Overall, though, I was underwhelmed with the reveal of the killers. Yeah, the reveal definitely wasn't the high point. No doubt at all. No doubt. Julie saying the third act of the movie felt like a different movie. The first 2 acts were serious, scary, tense, and sad. The third act was way too comedic, a huge tonal shift for me. Dermot was too silly for me. Yeah, it just went too hammy, right? It just, you know. Yeah, I totally agree. Mello saying 6 would have been a better ending if there was only that one main killer and then they have no one else in their life. The impact of their motivation is greater this way because they have no one else. That's interesting. That's interesting. It could have been better, you know. I mean, I will say this. I think that, well, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because, you know, when you get to the end of that particular movie, because it's so intense, and so much is going on, you got to stick the landing, you know. And I think the tonal shift is the big problem. If they didn't have that tonal shift, I think we could have been okay, right? And Chad had to die. He had to die. That would have made things so much more weighty for Tara, right? I don't know, man. It's just frustrating stuff, man. Danielle saying, I think Melissa will return as Sam. She loves the character, and so do we. Hollywood loves its money. The guy he fired her just better eat it up. Right? Julie said, I guess I'll be a Killjoy Jake here because I did not like and did not want another family reveal. Yeah, I mean, when we all talked about that, and you know that, Julie, we didn't really want it, but we knew it. We knew it was such a strong possibility as soon as we saw Dermot casted and some of the stuff that was said. And yeah, man, yeah, it's crazy, you know. It's absolutely crazy, but it could have been executed better and I would have accepted it more, right? Yeah. Yep. Hey, Paul is back. Very, very cool. Jamie saying Sam represents survival to me. The thought of her being a ghost face breaks my heart. Yeah, I definitely get that. You know, she definitely was. She was a great character if you think about it. Just what she was dealing with, that darkness within her and stuff. Very, very interesting character. You know, and I just would have loved. I would have loved to have seen her come back. The candy cane sniffer. That's right. Oh my gosh. The 2 ghost faces wiping their blades was cool as hell. It was, man. I just wish they could have finished the job. My God, it was crazy. What's going on? How can you not kill this guy? You stabbed him 17. What the hell? 17 times being stabbed and you survive? Gina said, I love Sam in 5. I can relate as I have mental health problems. I thought she had character in both, unlike Mindy, who killed 6 for me. There you go. There you go. Gotcha. Okay, next up on our list of final girl icons. There she is. You knew we had to have her on there. Sally Hardesty. Some would say the OG OG, right? I mean, look, I love the original TCM, and rest in peace to Marilyn Burns. And I think that she was great in this role. Just a regular, average, everyday girl put in an unbelievable situation. And the third act, the last half hour of that film, and it might even be 40 minutes, what she goes through as far as the emotional spectrum, the physical stuff, the physicality that she provided, even just little things in her eyes, right? And Toby did so many of those close-ups of her eyes. Bro, I don't know how she didn't have a nervous breakdown, man. I've heard stories, obviously seen documentaries and stuff like that. And wow, what a performance. That scene when she's being chased by Leatherface through woods, to this day is still captivating to me. I remember when I first saw that, it was just so well done. That tracking shot that Toby did, and Gunner, you give Gunner a lot of credit, man. Rest in peace to Gunner as well, but he was very physically capable to be running with that damn chainsaw. And as big of a guy as he is, and to be that close right behind Sally, it looked like he was literally like just a couple inches away from her and could have just swiped at her as she was running. And it was so well done in camera. But look, man, Sally Hardesty, she's an OG, man. She's an OG. And there are a lot of people, maybe even here, you guys let me know, there's a lot of people that have forgotten about her or don't even know her, or they might have said, oh yeah, I heard about who that is, but they don't really know her. Bro, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the OG, you gotta get involved with that. It's just so much great stuff. And again, her performance as Sally, in my opinion, just great stuff. Great stuff. Oh my gosh. Let me know what you guys think about Sally. Because like I said, yeah. Danielle saying Chad could have gone out like a boss, right? Yeah. Yep. It would have been probably one of the best deaths in the franchise. One of the best, one of the most iconic. Yeah. But no, he freaking survived. All they had to do, if they wanted him to survive, just stab him a couple times, 2 times, not in the chest. And man, I don't even want to go down that road because I'm getting irritated. It was just, why make those choices? You have 2 Ghostface killers. You can't have 2 Ghostface killers trying to kill someone and they fail, right? You can't do that. And not only did they fail, but they stabbed him so many times. You can't do that, man. What was going on? Ugh. Julie saying Jack Champion's acting also hurt me. Yeah, like I said, that reveal, bro. Or do you mean Jack throughout the whole thing? I actually think, for the most part, I was okay with him throughout most of the movie until the reveal. I was okay with him. I was all right. I had bigger fish to fry, bigger issues, man. But yeah, let me know what you thought about Jack throughout the rest of the movie before the reveal. Julie said, oh yeah, I heard filming conditions were horrible for TCM. Right? Oh man. The fact that they made that thing work and how good it is, no budget, no nothing. I mean, Toby Hooper, again, wow. Just, and that's why it's such a legendary movie, and rightly so. And Sally Hardesty, such a big part of that. Paula has never seen TCM. Paula, you have got to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh my goodness. Please do. Please. I just, I love that movie so much. And again, when you talk about final girls, I mean, I really do think Sally was one of the early prototypes, man. Definitely. Danielle saying the OG I didn't care to watch, but I enjoyed the reboot. The reboot is a really good movie, and I enjoy the reboot too. Obviously, I've talked about that here. But that OG is just so gritty and grimy and dirty, and and gross. I mean, there's just something about that. There's a charm, I speak about this a lot. There's a charm that it has that even the remake doesn't have. The remake has it in its own way, you know, but I think we said this maybe last night on Battle World. The thing about the remake, and I love the remake, but when you have these films, these modern films, where you have all these characters that are just so like, just these fantastically wonderful young actors and actresses, it takes you out of it a little bit, right? You look at the cast of the OG versus the remake, and you'll know exactly what I mean. But they're both great films. They're both great films, no doubt. No doubt about that. But definitely Marilyn Burns as Sally Hardesty is a G. Rest in peace to her. Julie saying, I still have nightmares about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Seriously, the scariest nightmares ever. Wow. I'm always trapped without a car and can't wake up. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Wow. Cool. I mean, I'm sorry that you have the nightmares, but the fact that movie still resonates with you, that's pretty cool. Jamie saying the arms of that chair being literal arms freaks me out, makes my skin crawl. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were just doing some really crazy shit in that movie, Julie saying, I meant Jack Champion in the reveal. My bad. Yeah, the reveal is when it took a nosedive. Yeah. Yep. Brandon, this is a good question. What's your favorite look for Leatherface out of all of his movies? It's tough to say. I mean, the original is still great. I do think the remake is really good. Even 3, and we've talked about maybe going back into the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, going through the movies. I don't know. You guys let me know if that would be something you'd want to watch. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is definitely underrated, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people have issues with it. I won't get deep into it because maybe we will talk about that at some point. But I like this look in 3 as well. Yeah. And yes, Danielle, TCM is Texas Chainsaw Massacre for those who do not know. There you go. Julie's going with the remake as a favorite Leatherface. Yeah. Brandon saying that's the one that introduced me to the series. It freaked me out as a kid. Yes. Mostly due to R. Lee Ermey's performance. Yes. Oh my God. That's too funny. Paula saying up until the reveal, Ethan seemed like a nice guy. He helped Mindy off the subway train. Mindy was a little rude to him. Yeah, it's like, what? Why not kill Mindy? Right? Mindy should have died. Chad should have died. One of them should have died for sure. It's just crazy. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Gina saying, I want to just say, in case I'm busy, have a brilliant Christmas, everyone. And Ziggy sends Christmas snuggles to all. Much love, everyone. Same to you, Gina. Merry Christmas, and definitely Merry Christmas to everyone here. But hopefully, we'll be seeing you guys later on as we continue Slayfest on Steven's channel. We're going to be watching Silent Night, Deadly Night, guys. We're going to the old school. I'm old school, baby. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight on Craving Something Scary. And then tomorrow night, Black Christmas, guys. So yes, one of the OGs, one of my favorite horror films ever. You guys know I'm a huge Halloween fan, and there's so many parallels between Black Christmas and Halloween. John Carpenter himself even said he had inspiration from Bob Clark and Black Christmas. So definitely, I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. And there is a chance, I'm not promising it, but there is a chance. Obviously, I'll be doing something Thursday morning for my stream, but there's a chance I might even have a Christmas Eve stream. We'll see. Who knows? Danielle saying, I get it. The OG TCM was more realistic in its ugliness. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. No doubt at all. Jamie, you're saying this exactly the way I would say it. It's a unique grit. I like that. A unique grit to the OG TCM. Closest movie I can think of that gives me a similar feeling is House of a Thousand Corpses. That's a great point. And I think Rob Zombie, obviously being a huge horror fan himself, a student of horror himself, he knew how to get that type of grimy grit. And I agree, House of a Thousand Corpses does have that type of vibe. Good point. Good point. And Gina, if you are leaving, definitely see you later and hope that you have a wonderful night and Christmas if we don't see you before then. Mello saying the remake introduced me to the original too for TCM. There you go. Yeah. Russell saying didn't like his prequel, The Munsters, 67. Grew up with the OG telly show. Yeah. Yeah. The OG show was just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. No doubt about that. And hey, we've got our first super chat of the night. Hallelujah. Thank you so much, Anthony. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. Helps us out so much here on the channel. I couldn't say thank you enough, man. Seriously. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you appreciate me taking the time to be here, man. Seriously. Look, when you get a super chat, you get a clip. And sometimes you got to go back to the old school. So let's do this one for you. Here we go, man. There we go. I haven't seen that one in a while. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, I appreciate the super chat. It means a lot. It really, really does. Thank you so much. And let's see. Mello saying one of my dreams is to be a horror filmmaker one day. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Make it happen. Make it happen. And you should check out Red Right Hand. My brother, Killjoy Jake, definitely did a hell of a job with that. And it is so cool. It is so cool. And I have a little moment in it myself. That was kind of nice. He gave me a moment too. That was great. But no, he was great in it. Everybody was great in it. It was so well done. I love it. I love it. Julie's a fan of the Munsters. There you go. There you go. And Kay is coming in with the emojis. Throw those emojis up, guys. There you go. There you go. Love it. Love it. Brandon saying, all right, fam, I'm heading out for now. See you hopefully in an hour. Yes, on Steven's channel. Craving Something Scary. We're going to be continuing Slayfest, and we hope that you guys can join us as we go into this finale. We've got something cool. I'm just going to tease that. I wanted to tease that, a little bit further into this stream, but I'll do it now. It's going to be something cool, so something fun. So hopefully you guys will join us. We would really appreciate that. Daniel saying that clip is just another reason to never do crack. Really? You don't like that clip? I think it's hilarious. Oh my God. You know what it's from, right? You got to know where it's from. You got to know. You got to know. Russell saying in TCM, the Franklin actor wouldn't do the fall down the hill until he got paid, so he had the check in his pocket. That's the way to do it, man. Very smart. Yes. Very smart. Oh my God. Too funny. Anthony, loved the clip. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you again for being so generous. I appreciate it. It really helps us out, and it's nice. Listen, guys, I'm just being transparent. It takes a lot of time to do streaming and time away from other things in life, and it definitely helps us out. So thank you so much. Seriously, Anthony, that was great. Jamie saying it's Creep Show. I think it is definitely Creep Show. And now, do you know which segment it's from in Creep Show? That's another question. The clip was funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it. Let's see. Let's go to our next final girl. We're all over the place. I love it though. This is great stuff, guys. Sienna. Sienna from Terrifier 2. Oof. Listen, Lauren was great in this role. I think it was really nice to see a new badass final girl. And wow, the stuff that she went through in Terrifier 2, guys. And I've talked about it and looking into the future, being so hyped for Terrifier 3 and seeing what Damien comes up with. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can't wait to see what they come up with. But in Terrifier 2, man, Sienna. Julie, you haven't seen them? What? What? Okay, you get this one, Julie. Wow. Julie, you haven't seen the Terrifier movies. What in the J. Edgar Hoover is going on? No, I'm just messing with you. But you got to check it out. Both of them, you got to check it out. Wow. That's crazy. Anyways, we've talked about Terrifier 1 and 2 here on the channel. And definitely some good stuff. And when you talk about final girls, Sienna, obviously a newer final girl, and now knowing that she's going to be in Terrifier 3, possibly the opportunity for her to become pretty damn iconic, you know, when you're talking about the Hall of the Greatest final girls. I'm just saying. Let's see. That's right. They are intense, Anthony. There's no doubt. It's not for everyone. There's obviously, and I don't want to, and no spoilers, by the way. You guys know how I am. I don't like to do spoilers, but there's death scenes in both films that are like, wow. Stuff that I've never seen. And that's saying a lot because I've been watching horror movies for decades since I was a little kid. But that being said, if you're a slasher fan, I would say at least check them out to make your own opinion. Yeah. All right, Mello. Catch you later. Take it easy. Gonna hang out with Jake. I get it. Actually, I'm, and I just lost track of time myself because I didn't want to overlap with Jake. We hate doing that with each other, us in the collective. But yeah, I think I'm going to be going for just a little bit longer than we're going to cut out of here. There's a chance someone's going to be on the panel. We'll see if that works out. But when we're live, man, we're just trying to make things work. But definitely, thanks for hanging out, Mello. We appreciate you here. Julie's saying, I've seen the first 20 minutes of Terrifier 1, but I wasn't feeling it. Really? I'll need to retry. I consider myself warned. Wow, Julie, that's interesting. Because I remember when I saw the first Terrifier, because I had heard rumblings, hey, you got to check this out. This new character, Art the Clown, blah, 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 blah. And we were pretty much zeroed in from the beginning because it's just so, I don't know the word I want to use. It's so gritty and just kind of, I don't know. It's just, but it captivated me. So I definitely stayed on board. Yeah, I've stayed on board with it. Yeah, it makes Saw look like Looney Tunes. That's a good point. That's a good point, Danielle. Oh my God. Well, hey, listen, that's so funny because I was just mentioning that we might have someone joining the panel, and it looks as though, that's going to happen. So look, guys, real quick, as we're winding down here, but we're going to be revving up somewhere else. And you know where we're going to be revving up in a little bit? That's on Craven Something Scary. So here's my good buddy, my brother from the collective, Steven from Craven Something Scary. What's up, bro?
Surprise.
There it is, man. There it is.
How's it going, Night?
It's going good, man. We were just sitting here hanging out, just talking about final girls over the decades and just, what they mean to horror and just, just hanging out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was talking about Well, we were talking about a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, I think you would have enjoyed the conversation too, because obviously we had
Oh,
to talk about Scream and the state of Scream and the frustration of Sam, because I was just such a
yeah,
big fan of her and Melissa, and now not having the opportunity to finish this thing out, it's like, darn it. But
it's
anyways,
true.
yeah,
It's true, man. At least, on the bright side, at least 6 did not end on a cliffhanger
right, right,
where like they're in the middle of being caught. We don't know what happened to them or something like that.
hmm
Or the Scream TV series scenario where we never
that's
got
right,
closure.
hmm
So at least we do have like, them walking off into the sunset together,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
You know.
Agreed, man. I mean that's probably the brightest spot of all.
Yeah,
Is she put the mask down and walked off with her sister. So yeah,
that's right.
that is a bright spot in all of this, because man, telling you,
Yeah.
if it was on a cliffhanger, could you
Oh,
imagine? I mean, oh my god, that would have
be
been
terrible.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
then they have to either address it or ignore it. And if you
yes,
address it, it's going to have to be off. Obviously, it's off screen.
right,
So, yeah, no, I'm just thankful for that at this point. And who knows what's going to happen. I mean, like today we got the news that Shining Veil has been canceled, Courtney
mm,
Cox's series.
mm-hmm,
So her schedule now has opened up.
right,
So, as far as in terms of scheduling, she's got, I would think, some availability now that
mm-hmm,
she may not have had. So, but whether she wants to come back, we don't know. No one's talking.
yeah,
It's
yep,
it's like mum's the word, lock and key. We don't know. No one's talking about it right now. So I sent Matthew Lillard earlier last weekend at Steel City, where he
mm,
basically said, with what's going on over there, who knows? That's what he
yeah,
said, and it's true. We don't know.
yeah, we don't. Like, it's
It's
crazy to think that one of the hallmark franchises in horror is in this state. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I
Like,
know.
it's crazy to think. Hey, Luna's in the chat.
Hey,
Oh,
I
hey,
don't know what's going on.
cool to see you.
All
Cool to see
right.
you. And everyone here is saying hello to Craven.
Hey guys, hey everyone in the chat. It's good to see you all here.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited in less than an hour
Mm-hmm.
for Knight and I both and Coriander to see all of you that are here again over
Mm-hmm.
on my channel tonight and then Knight's channel again tomorrow night for
Right.
our Slate Fest. And Knight do you want to, maybe we can creatively tease it without revealing it. We hadn't talked about this before going live here,
That's right.
but we could say this. Knight and I are very excited to unveil, no pun intended, Courtney Cox, The Shining Veil, but we're going to unveil um,
Ah.
a brand new exclusive item for Slayfest to commemorate Slayfest this year.
That's right.
The first annual, all right? This is the first annual. There's only one time for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our
Right.
first, right? Our first done. So, Knight, do you want to tease any more than that? I'll leave it up to you, man.
I don't know if we should,
Okay,
but
that's fair.
I think you worded it perfectly. It's an exclusive unveiling,
Yes.
something exclusive to Slayfest. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. So definitely,
Yeah.
and I said it. It's funny because when you came on, I had just kind of mentioned, because I was probably going to be ending the stream soon.
Oh yeah.
Just to give me some time before I jump on with you. And plus, I didn't even know. I forgot that Jake was already on, so I don't want to, overlap too much with him. But I had said we got something special cooking. But I think
Yes.
you worded it even better, Slave Fest exclusive, and I
Exclusive.
love that. Yeah.
It is an
Tonight
exclusive. Yep.
tonight is Silent Night, Deadly Night, Luna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first time. I've never seen the movie, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to see it. I know it's like it's known as a horror classic,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
very
Yes.
excited.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's going to be fun. That's all I can say. I mean, I've seen it, since I was a kid. We've talked about it here on the channel. I think it'll be a fun watch party movie, which all of these in Slay Fest have been really fun watch party movies. And if you guys haven't seen these films with us, check out the replays on Steven's channel. Check out the replays here. I mean, we've had some great moments with, Better Watch Out, with Christmas Evil, with P2. We were losing our minds with P2 last week, man.
Yeah, that movie was amazing.
Yes.
I really want to see it again. I liked it so much.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what else I like to see is when Gina comes in with a $2 super chat.
All right, Gina.
Very, very cool, Gina. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the support. It helps us out so much. Seriously, and I truly mean that 100% when I say it, guys. It's really, really a kind thing, but it helps us out. As you guys know, I usually do not stream. I don't know if I've ever streamed at this time on a Wednesday. So
on a Wednesday, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it was just one of those opportunities, and sometimes you go for it. But Gina, we love you. Thank you so much. And let's play a good one for you. This one, Steven might enjoy this one too. Here we go. That mask. Yeah, I love it.
That mask is the size of his body. It's huge. Oh yeah.
Look at the dance, man. You got the sax player?
Wow. Oh,
got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
wow.
There you go.
Pretty much. I mean, the owl stage fright from another watch party, by the way, that we did.
Bro.
So
like
many.
I said, man, we've had so many great moments in our watch parties together. Like, and I know you might feel the same way too. Like, because you're in it, and sometimes it's hard to step back and really breathe and just let it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when I go back and watch those replays, man, I just think to myself, man, I know that people would enjoy this. And obviously we've had so many of you guys and other people that have joined us for them, but man, a lot of people have been missing out on a lot of fun stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Laughs, man.
It's so true, y'all. If you guys haven't seen some of these watch parties over the last months, like this year, highly encourage you to go and look them up here on Night's channel. I think I may have hosted one here and there, but Night hosted most of them. But definitely check them out. Even though we're not in real time with you, you'll feel like it as you're watching the movie at the same time.
Agreed. Yeah, man. Because when I've rewatched them, it really does feel like that, which obviously is a credit to just the fun that we have. But very, very true. Luna hasn't seen Silent Night, Deadly Night, and is it streaming anywhere? It's on Prime.
Yep, I'll have a watch party.
Yeah,
for Amazon Prime.
Yep.
So it's $2.99 to rent it.
Yep.
So it's only $3, and I will be posting once we go live on my channel. I'll post a link to the Amazon watch party for anyone who wants to be in code with Night and I and Coriander. Yep.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Jamie's a fan of it. It's so good, underrated. I absolutely agree. No doubt. No doubt at all. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I guess it's free on YouTube as well. There's a user that uploaded it according to what Julie says. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Luna, well, we appreciate you being here when you can be, and definitely if you can't, check out those replays. I know how it is to have crazy couple of weeks, man. I know what it's like.
It's so true.
Yes.
And Night, we can also tease, I think, in addition to an exclusive item never before seen offered prior to tonight and tomorrow night. We're also going to be unveiling. We're going to also be seeing who's going to win a prize tonight.
Right. That's right.
That's happening live in real time.
Yes, it is.
And there'll be a couple of other literal surprises.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right. It's gonna be fun. Yep, it's gonna be a fun time. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Me too.
Julie, don't go in the woods. I'm telling you, man, that movie will forever be living in infamy.
Man, I never saw it, dude. I missed that.
You don't want to see it, man. Luna said, hopefully I can make it. I have to finish work and get home, but I'll join if I can. If not, I'll grab the replay. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Luna.
Yeah. Okay.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Hey, and if nothing else, if you could do a like on the stream, that alone is a big help.
Yes.
So hit the like button.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. If you can hit the like button, and we try to have these streams up in advance, and that's why we do it. So definitely that helps us out. No doubt at all. Leaving a comment, watching as much of the stream as you can. These are all things that help us out in so many ways as we continue the fight against the algorithm. It's a fight, man. Bro. It's a war.
Dude, it's fighting Skynet. It's like out of Terminator. We're fighting the YouTube version of Skynet, the algorithm.
Right? I know. Jamie saying I can't be there because I need to finish wrapping presents, but I'll be listening. Okay, well that's cool. We appreciate you being there to listen. Jamie, you must have a lot of presents you're wrapping. Holy crap!
Wow, I want to be at your house Christmas Day.
Right? That's what I was just thinking. I love it. Luna said, "Oh heck yeah, the like button gets hit as soon as I see the streams and videos are posted to like." There you go.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yes. The YouTube algorithm is like the entity from the new Mission Impossible movie. That's true, man. It's true. Jamie saying I have a huge family. I bet. That's awesome though. Very, very cool. And we got the link for Slay Fest.
There it is.
Definitely, there's the link. If you guys have not already, click the link, hit the like button. And definitely, I mean, we're talking less than 40 minutes. We're going to be live on Steven's channel. So get yourselves ready, get your popcorn ready, take a little bathroom break. You know, refresh your ice cubes and all that type of stuff.
Your eggnog. Your apple cider. Your bubbling grape juice out of the champagne bottle.
Right.
You know, whatever your drink of choice may be for tonight. Right. You know,
heck yeah.
Whatever puts you in the Yuletide spirit.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Get yourselves ready.
That's right, bro.
Because
you got it.
I have a feeling the Christmas blood will be flowing tonight. It's just a hunch. I've never seen the movie.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything else.
I know, man.
Anything else?
Hey, listen, I've avoided trailers.
Good.
I've not watched anything tonight's all new for me. Like blind.
Good. I'm glad, man. I'm absolutely glad. Well, look, guys. This was a fun stream. I really had fun doing it, and obviously having Steven jumping on with us here at the end was a blast.
Glad I could make it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But we're gonna get ready to wind out of here and get ourselves prepped for Slay Fest, the finale. So, guys, seriously, I know there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. That seems to be the norm nowadays, every night. But again, you know, we really we're just so excited to be doing this Slay Fest event with all of you guys. To spend time specifically you know, in a holiday mode, as a community, as a family. So definitely, guys, if you can join us, hang out with us for a little bit, it really helps us out, helps the event, so that we continue to do these types of events, and we have bigger plans for future events. So it really helps us out, guys. So if you can hang out with us, share it out on your social medias. I know so many of you guys, I connect with you guys on social media, so share it out, guys. That's a great help too. Can you imagine if we had, you know, 10, 15 people that would share these things out on their social medias all the time? I mean,
Man.
seriously,
Yes,
it would
indeed.
make a huge difference. Seriously, no
Yep.
doubt at all. Yep.
Don't ever
All right.
underestimate your influence, guys.
Excellent
You know?
point. It's true.
Yep.
It is so true, man. There's just so much power within the audience. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And we will catch you over on Steven's channel in less than 40 minutes. So take your
Yes.
bathroom break, get yourself ready, do your stretches, get your drink and your snacks, and we will catch you guys in a little bit on Craving Something Scary. And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.
Bye, guys.